Hello YouTube, today we're going to be working in the fish room, going to be moving fish around, not sure exactly what my game plan is yet, but stay tuned and let's have some fun. So here's where we're going to start. I'm going to be getting rid of every single one of these cichlids. The only fish in here I'll be keeping are the Synodontis, and there are 3 different types in here, and I'm sure we'll see those throughout this video. But unfortunately, these guys did not make the cut. They gotta go. I'll be combining 2 40-gallon breeders into this tank, hopefully, by the time we're done with this video. So I'm draining the water, dropping it down a little bit, and we'll start catching fish. Alright, just checking in. Got buckets down here ready to put fish in. So most of these fish will be going to a local fish keeper, Scottish Aquatics, who's pretty active on my channel. So Scott will be taking a lot of these. And then there's just a couple that I'll be taking into my local fish store for trade-in and credit. But as you can see, this tank definitely needs a lot of work. That's a good looking cichlid right there. I'm going to be sad to see these blue dolphins go, but I don't know, they're pretty common. If I ever wanted to get them again, I always could. But it's time to start netting fish, and this is going to be the long part. Checking back in, got the hardscape out. Water level pretty low. You can see all the fish poop down there. Gonna have a nice substrate for plants, that's for sure. They'll love that. And now I get to start scooping fish. This should go pretty quickly though now that everything's out, so that's good. Alright guys, so I'm all packed up. I got fishing buckets. I'm ready to head out to the local fish store. I'll be meeting Scott there to give him his fish and drop off some various random cichlids for credit. But let me show you what the tank looks like now. As you can see, the water's still low. We got fish swimming around down here. These are all my Petricola catfish, as I said. You can see we have the Burchardi right there, the Pleurops right there, some more down here, and a big bristlenose pleco. So you see I gotta be quick, not much time for filming, so I can get this thing aquascaped, filled back up with water so these fish don't get stressed out for too much longer. So it's time to start getting this tank cleaned up, and we're gonna start by just getting this green spot algae off the front of the glass. And to do that, I just use a razor blade. Wow, this stuff's on here pretty strong. Even a razor blade's not getting it off. Or this is an old, oh, this is an old razor blade. Alright, well apparently I need a new blade. Oh, there it goes. This side's a little better. Alright, this might work. So, as exciting as this is, I will check back in a little bit because this is going to take a while. And I am going to put sword plants in here. So I am going to have to remove that bristlenose, probably move it over to the breeding fish for profit tank. I don't know, we'll see. Unless I can find somewhere better for it to go, I'm sure that's where it's going to end up. Alright, another exciting view, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I have been vacuuming the substrate, although it's been a long process. So I'm giving up. I'm filling the tank up with water now. We're going to get it up to the level of the aquarium here and let these filters do the rest. Before I put any type of hardscape. I know I got the piece of wood in here, but that's because I don't want it to dry out. So I'll probably let these filters run overnight and clean up this water so I can actually see. I did get the bristlenose out of here, but other than that, all the Synodontis are still in here. Now, what I'm planning to move over here are my Cupid cichlids and what are they? The Bleeding Heart Tetras. I've had a lot of people asking for updates on those, so we will see those shortly. So just to show you real quick, also 2 other tanks I've torn down are the 2 20-gallons that's below the Tanganyikan tank here. This one's empty. This one still has the water in it, so I need to drain that one. But I just wanted to show kind of the slow process this is I have to find new homes for most of these fish. I'm hoping with the 75-gallon here that I'll be able to combine at least 3 40-gallon breeders worth of fish. So if I can do that, I'm going to be able to keep quite a bit. Now, it looks like this piece of wood is not interested in staying down, so that's unfortunate. This piece of wood has seriously been underwater since I made that hiking video in like spring. It's still not waterlogged. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to find a different piece of wood for this tank, but I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I can anchor it down with some rocks again. But I'm gonna let this again get filled back up, let the filters run overnight, and we will check back in tomorrow. Alright, so it is the next day. You can see the water is cleared up pretty nicely. Got some crud down there to scoop out. little down there. I did add in a water pump here just to help circulate, and then since this hang-on back filter died, I just threw a new one on the front here to help clean it up. But it worked pretty good. So now we should be able to get on to actually aquascaping this and putting some plants in it. Alright, just checking in on the scape here. I did have to use rocks to hold this piece of wood down, so hopefully that'll stay and not float up. I have some really raggedy sword plants that I pulled out of another tank, and hopefully they will recover in here. This is the red flame sword plant. I think I got, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them in there. And I'm going to start looking through some other tanks to try to find something else to plant in here. Maybe some Crypts spiralis maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to take a look around and see what I can find. So another update here. I've got some big Anubias caupifolia on the wood. I got the Crypt spiralis behind the wood over there. Got a couple Crinum calamitratums. There's one there, small one there. What else did I add in here? Anything? I think that's it besides some cichlid stones and some rocks. And now I'm getting ready to throw some fish in here. You can see the Synodontis have already taken home to their caves there. They love going in and out looking for eggs, things like that. So like I said, time to add some fish. Now unfortunately, I've got a complete mess in the fish room right now, so setting up a tripod is just not going to happen. That's why I haven't been able to actually film myself doing these steps and just touching in with you every once in a while. Unfortunately, that's just the way this video is going to go. Hopefully next time I'll be able to actually show some work being done. But for now, this is all we got. I'm going to get the fish in and check back in. So it's been a few hours. The water's cleared up. As you can see, we've got fish. Here are the bloodfin tetras. You can see they've gotten a ton bigger since the last time I've shown them, which I would hope so since I haven't shown them in about 4 or 5 months. And we got the Corydoras pulcher down here, the Corydoras stirbi, some panda cories schooling around in the back. What else? There's bloodfin tetras back here, and I think that's it so far. Now, I did find one pleco hiding in the 40 gallon that I took down. I just wanted to get him on camera before I put him in here. Beautiful little pleco. This is the L114. Super cool little dude, although he hasn't grown very much, so we're gonna have to work on that because these guys should get pretty big. But we're gonna dump them in here along with this dirty water, but that's alright. That's what filters are for. And where is he going to go? So this is the only L114 that I have. Normally I do buy plecos in groups, but this one, I can only get him by himself. It was the only one there. So I'm sure he'll find his way over to this wood in time and find a nice hiding place. It's been a few days now. The tank is nice and clear. It'll be a good opportunity to take a look at all these fish, and let's see how everything's doing. So here we go. Everything's looking good. The plants really haven't settled in yet, but that's to be expected. It hasn't even been a week yet, so the swordtails are still looking pretty bad. This guy here, the Crinum calamitratums, has actually grown quite a bit in the last couple days. This one over here, just a little bit. Everything else, the crypts are dying back, but that's to be expected when you transfer them to a different aquarium. At least that's usually what happens to me. Let's talk about the tank. What's going on with this tank? We have a Marineland 350B, I believe, on this side. The Aqueon 75 on this side. The lighting is just an Aquaneat. This is a $24 light on eBay. And it's holding up pretty well so far. Looks pretty good, nice and bright. The substrate here is the typical lapis luster Cemex blasting sand that I always use. A lot of people always ask about this sand. No, I don't know where you can get it. I can just recommend sand blasting companies, you know, mineral yards. Not mineral yards, but rock yards, things like that. So we covered this before, but we'll briefly cover it again. Red flame swords, Crinum calamitratums, Crypt spiralis, Anubias caupifolia, and I believe that's it for now. I'm just gonna let this marinate for a week or two, let everyone settle in before I add anything more. I'll probably add some smaller pieces of longer wood across the bottom here, maybe a few more rocks, and some type of foreground plant. Honestly, it'll probably be dwarf sage or dwarf chainsword. But like I said, I'm just gonna let everything settle in for a couple weeks for now, and see if we can get some good shots of these fish. So I did just feed the tank to try to get the catfish out, and it's worked a little bit, although you can barely see him back there. There is the red fin pleco, the L114. I've been waiting here quite a while and he doesn't want to come out any further, but at least I know where he likes to hang out. You can see all the Synodontis back there too. Well, you can't really see them, but you can see their shadows, if you will, cruising around. There's a Petricola over here. The Petricola are definitely the most active. They don't really care about the light, whereas the other ones usually only come out at night. The Petricolas, again, there's one there, will come out anytime you feed, whether the light's on or off. So that's what's nice about them. But it is cool to see this little guy down here, even though we're not getting a great shot of him. Folks, that's going to do it for this video. I know I said I was going to add the Cupid Cichlids, but we'll have to save that for a later time because, like I said, I just want to give this a week or two to let everything settle in. It is a pretty heavy bioload, and even though I'm using pre-cycled filter media and the filters, I still just don't want to cause any type of crashes by adding an exorbitant amount of fish. There's already a lot of fish in there, but we'll save the Cichlids. You know, they're kind of a rare species. Not really rare, but you know what I mean. And just don't want anything to happen to them or the fish that are in there. So we'll just monitor that for a week or two, and then in an upcoming video we will throw the Cupid Cichlids in there. And the next project I'm going to be working on is the goldfish. I've had a lot of people ask about the goldfish. So one of the 40-gallon breeders that we emptied, I got to clean out, and that's going to be a new goldfish tank, hopefully a low maintenance goldfish tank. So we'll see how well we can accomplish that. But look for that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and I'll see everyone next time.